So you have spent a lot of time abroad in various different locations, exploring various different cultures. Could you please tell us, while living abroad, what cultural aspects of the place you were staying did you incorporate in your work, and what key lessons you learned from people you were living alongside with?
Mm. Yeah, that's a good question, and it's challenging to answer that because um, my way of traveling changed in time. At the beginning, I would say I started with the wonder, and looking at people, what they do every day, and the challenges they face, and the opportunities they have, the culture, the history, the language. And I will be, joyful for connecting to something completely new. It will open my mind, my heart, and I will learn new emotions, new way of thinking and perceiving the world. But next to that, something else will change on the way. I wanted something deeper. So I realized if I contribute to the location, to the life of business or community, I will meet traveling, then I will have the opportunity to go deeper into the life, learn more, experience more, but also leave a positive imprint. So that's what I did. And then as a next stage, I will even go deeper and share a private time with people that will become my friends at different locations and do a lot of things together and create together, right? Next to this, I had also as my own work to research on ancient cultures and civilizations. So I will also visit the past of those locations and cultures and talk to people that have knowledge about that or that were caretakers of those locations, right? And I will look at the locations also from a futurist perspective, seeing which are the challenges that they are developing already. What are the traits of the culture of the past that they are forgetting? And which are the new traits that are adopting from all the cultures and the conflicts that will create in the future? Um, and seeing, for example, technologies that are being implemented today or ideas implemented today that actually are contrary to the resources and harmony and life and culture they have at the moment, but they're adopting them without knowing. So I started realizing that the slow development of the cultures was accelerated by the influence of, you know, organizations, called all the cultures, all the countries, nations, corporations out there, and the the opportunities those encounters will create for the local people will motivate them to make decisions. And I was witnessing the outcome of those decisions and witnessing also from a bit more far away perspective which other options there were, right? And taking on my hand the opportunity to talk about it and to inquire, to ask questions, to suggest alternatives, and to explore also alternatives and demonstrate what else could be possible. So I feel grateful for those opportunities. Without them taking the time to listen to me or to include me in the projects or in the business or in the lives, I would have not been able to share my own perspectives and eventually wouldn't be able to contribute at all. So I have a great gratitude, for the welcome. Yeah. And for also integrating these sometimes uncomfortable questions, difficult conversations with me, and also for taking ideas that did work very well in other countries, in other towns that I did visit, and they couldn't know because they weren't there. But I was there. I was the traveler, so I could carry knowledge, information, technology, experience, and share with them new possibilities, right? So I think the for me, their way of living was contributing so much to my own process of learning and their challenges, the culture. It became also a mirror to my own. Probably the first 5 years, I was confronted all the time with patterns of thinking, mindset, bias, even a rhythm I had at my university. What I do in the mornings, what I do in the afternoon, a cycle of tension and effort every semester, And
Mhm.
all of that didn't exist at all when I was traveling, living abroad on the road. Um, when I was living at home, the time of university, I had my friends, weekends were off. I would do things here and there with my friends. I have to organize meetings. My friends were always there. But living abroad, people was always in the move. There were no weekends. Uh, Probably I had 4 days to be in one town or 1 week, and I had to organize everything to be able to cover the expenses of the journey. And I had to get the customers, uh, create free time for me to have some leisure time. And while I was doing that effort, I was always confronted with the traits and habits of the local culture in comparison to my own. So I had plenty of opportunities to see, oh, this is how I think, how I learn to think, how I learn life means, what I learn life means, what has value. And this is what they perceive. And it's different. Now, what I'm going to do, I have to make choices, right? I can try it out, for a while to see the world as they do and see how that makes me feel and grow. Or sometimes say, well, I'm not going to do that way. No way, And it happened many times, that I say, okay, I'm not going to go there, And in some countries, also in Europe, when I was traveling, um, I had friends that were dedicated to introduce me fully to the culture, and they organized for me like 12 challenges, so 7 steps for initiation. What it means to be, a person living in this country. What are the main things that you need to learn. So I found people that had fun with me, that joined my adventure and my inquire, tell them, okay, this is what you have to learn, go for it, and they just were companions in my journey.